do it. Come on, let's go. Well, Black Wall Sparks. We're here today in the house. We're talking about community, and we'll be talking about how come some of the businesses are not supporting one another, and why do you think that is?
But individualism and selfishness, which leads to a form of self-hate, of not being respectful of each other's progress, success. So it hinders us in a community to support each other. So we tend to avoid supporting each other and support others, and then wonder why we don't get nowhere in our community. We have to get rid of that individualism and self-hate that we were, to a degree, bred to use against each other due to the fact of our destruction of Black Wall Streets and business that we have established in the past, and a lot of people still suffer from that, and we have to get away from that.
Okay. Well, when we talk about the histories of like Black Wall Street, there's Black Wall Streets all over America.
The world.
All over. Where did Black Wall Street originate from?
Well, according to history, I was reading the study as Durham. And from that point, during the people moving, a lot of Black people and Native people on the Trails of Tears to Oklahoma led to all the Blacks and Natives not being able to go go into their business and stuff. So they all teamed together in that one area in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and they started opening up their businesses. Not only from there, you had the Carolinas, you had Florida, you had different Wall Streets, and all these businesses, no matter where they were, they all support each other. They all need to put in a pot to help another brother or sister or family to open up a businesses. All of them will come give. If you go read the dynamics and the stories, they all gave to us. Oh, that's a big good business for the community. So 4 or 5 different big Black businesses, no matter where they at in America, will come and say, hey, let's make sure that one gets started. Hey, let's make sure that one gets started as one household at a time. That's how, and the Black Wall Street, it wasn't, this is something that we don't even know nothing about. They just talk about Black communities that had businesses function within themselves, and they was all in different sectional areas. So they was they called Tulsa, Oklahoma Black Wall Street because the district that they had, everybody came from everywhere to that one. That one was getting the most support, and destroyed is what makes that more of a beacon of speaking and contributing and respecting the and Tulsa, Oklahoma, who died in too. So we have a lot of Black Walls even today. We have Black Wall Streets in Tokyo, Europe, Africa. These are Black people in different parts of the world that respect what Black people were doing here in America, that's showing their contribution and they love to that. So we have them all today, to this day. All we are Black Wall USA, we Black Wall Street Sparks.
Right.
We're actually registered in that conglomerate, Black Wall Street, and we keeping it alive. That's what we're supposed to do.
Well, a little over a year ago, we started structuring. Black Wall Street Reno, and we branched off to Black Wall Street Sparks. And when we struck Wall Street Reno with Romar, they took off and went their direction, and we went ours with Black Wall Street Sparks. What did that mean to you as far as bringing Black Wall Street to Sparks and Reno?
Well, sometimes you know, some people want, they want to follow a unified structure. They want to be a person there or control. It really get off to the fact that I was who was always bringing these things up and talking about and just that's really what we're doing physically need to do. Let's do it. And sometimes you're going to have people that's want to jump off, do some like the blue nothing against that go with it. It's just the fact that by themselves, we was already planning to do it together. Okay? I don't care what the difference is. The fact is that some people want to change something up to make it that they want. America is in that. And this is, we say, okay, we black Wall Street Sparks, just like the news guy. What did he? It's a unified organization. They unified the state and told that yes, this is Wall Street Sparks too.
Yeah,
that shows you unity among people because you are becoming more problem. I haven't never said nothing bad with that. If you want to go get stuff like this, stuff all like that, or basically business orientated, entertainment, so you're following the whole dynamic.
Right.
Okay, we're not following just the name is not our.
Yeah. And I hope to bring anybody's name, but I spoke with your people that I was just as action. Snyder, I found out the plan of I know that we would say and start
to
black parts and allow them to do Black Wall Street and doing. We have no disrespect. We respect and support. I think that I hope for the community that we asked on numerous occasions if they are for the community. So we are
stuff that I've been because how themselves they're unifying with everybody else but another black entity. Okay.
I know this is the thing that I do want to go down and put another black business out there trying to do something would you do? Why would you want to go around on another black business or putting down their business? Not a positive done to you. You can say, hey, I've done something for me to be able to say anything negative about them. To be a person as me, for me to be to say anything about them, their business.
You know what I'm saying? The black so that my thought.
That's what I was like, does John know about this? I'm like, what's going on? You know, it's like totally. And I don't care. Well, you gotta get permission for it. And I'm like, I need to be. I was like,
for nobody ran out just one. Use the ancestor's name, and then one person name. What we're doing is following a long time. Despite we doing it, that's why we got black streets all over the place now, including them. Your sincerity of unity is not there. But now I'm not. But we open up. But if you want to play this unity, we have to separate ourselves and just what we do.
I said the first they're going saying I
Our function here like a record. You know what I'm saying? There we assume right after that we're gonna like things that we vitally use in our community. For we got today.
this black
have their own business,
have their own
yeah.
business, or educate them on have their own. Or my nephew or niece or someone that I know, I don't see that's racist. You know,
That's family.
that's not racist. I'm trying to educate, my family and people that I know that, that this is important. Exercise this with people that I know, that this is very, very important. You do not have to be a pimp. You don't have to be a player. You don't have to go to jail. You don't have to, spend the rest of your life in prison. You don't have to beat the crap out of your female. Let me show you other ways of life. You can be positive. You can be productive. Let me show you other ways in life that you can be successful, even if you are Black.
Well,
you know what I mean. And Black is not a bad thing, but you know what that's what I'm trying to say. Being Black is not a bad thing. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's not something that you gotta run in a corner and be ashamed of, something you gotta turn and hide in a and your head down because you're Black. It's not something that you have to whisper, afraid to say I'm Black. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I'm a Black business. Whisper this. So what I'm saying, it's not about power or anything. It's just saying, you know what, Jesus Christ.
They done took the warrior pride out of it.
It's not even. It's golly. It's not even. It's not.
It took the warrior out of us about being proud about it. And we think that we have to, when it comes to our business, we think we have to water down who we are to open a business. Okay, when you go down the street, what do you see? Mexican, Asian.
Pride. All types of different businesses.
Why I can't have mine?
But you see all type of different businesses. Yeah. You see multicultural different businesses. You see multicultural different businesses. And I'm saying, to drive down the street and see my business is, when you drive down the street, is nice too. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. I would like to see you to be able to see your business when you drive down the street too. That's all I'm saying. It's nothing wrong with that. And your daughter's and your grandson's business, and your cousin's business, and that's all that I'm saying. Multicultural businesses and in our communities, and that's really, really important. Be able to exercise that, not and stuff. Them all lined up in jail cells. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, our businesses have to be respected. Like
our businesses are all in handcuffs.
And we all support like we used to get away from the idea, thinking that we have to associate with business outside ourselves. People will come give us business. Majority of my customers are whites. Yours?
Multicultural.
Okay, same thing.
Multicultural.
Now, that's what we mean by service for the community. That's what Black Wall Street was, service for the community. Don't think white people didn't come from their white area and go over there to Black Wall Street and have fun too.
They're all multicultural.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they went over there and had parties and kicked it. You had white folks who didn't even care about all that. They wanted to just go to a service place. So that's what I know what you're referring to, because that's real true. At one time, in my younger years, I used to think that, hey, I'm just going to have just Black people come get the stuff. Boy, you will be homeless to the book. Well,
they'll take it off.
Yeah, so you have to open up. Yeah,
you have to be that. You have to be able to
be universal.
be universal in this world. It's not a Pacific you.
It's just a business.
It's all shades of all different colors of everything and everybody, and we're just one of those shades that wants to be accepted and respected in the community and be able to build, and be acknowledged and appreciated in the community just like everybody else. And that's all that's being said.
We have to look at the fact that it's crazy that other races understand this. Serious. Like, I really applaud you for doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
No, Asians, whites, they were like, man, I respect that. I'm like, oh, well, man, this what is. I'm here for y'all, man. Y'all need me. That's what I tell them. Yeah. And they were sending cousins and so, so. And then when all right, that's just our people is just.
But
we got to get past this.
All people are people, and I don't identify any particular race. I just say all people should be respected, no matter what shade or color you are. You know what I mean? And respected, and we are just one of many shades that feel the same exact way, and that's all that I'm saying. It's very, very important that it's understood, and we're not the only one that is going through that. Even the Hispanics, or is another nationality that is also constantly locked up and going to jail, and the time they're going through that. Blacks and browns are going through that constantly. You know what I mean? So they see that. You also in the Caucasian race, they're not the only ones we're not the only ones that go through that. You see that also in the Asian race. You know what I mean? Everybody's going through that. But when we're talking about building businesses, going back to into the community, we are probably one of the only race that struggle with businesses, building our businesses. And that's what we're talking about, building our businesses. And that's really something that is a must of building businesses, that our offspring not have to keep on becoming repeated offenders, and stuff like that. Pimps and players and drug abusers, and becoming users.
It's time, because when I go back to businesses, I grew up where I always taught us to be independent. Always from him anyway, come from carrying around all that stuff himself. So that kind of always influenced us to go out to do the things. This do start in the household too. Mm-hmm. Okay, it starts in the home, and if a child seeing a mother and father working 9 to 5s and not really home so much, then there's other things that tends to get involved in their lives that a parent can't do because they got to go work for someone else and can't have the time for their family like they're supposed to. This is why I made being my own business of that, because when I do work, I come home, but hey baby, hey kids, wake up, get back up, I'm doing it again and again. So it's like, it's sad that we have to deal with that, and a lot of people don't see it that way. But our people, we are coming around, because I've been seeing a lot of people, and I've been influencing youngsters to start their own business no matter what it is. I've been seeing a lot of people. This COVID, this stuff is forcing people in so many ways to do for self. I don't care what race it is, because this pandemic is affecting the whole United States. Mm-hmm. So everyone either going to lose their job or take the jab or start their own businesses, so they won't have to do it. And a lot of people are doing. I mean, for those who want to take it, that's on them. But we starting to have these businesses come around now. Mm-hmm. And throughout, I mean, Atlanta always had that going on in parts of the South, and New York. It's more over this way where we hinder having these black businesses in the more of the West Coast.
Mhm.
We suffer the most of black businesses, and now I see a lot of them starting to expand. I got friends and relatives opening up stores. I'm like, hey man, you better use that money, open a store, open this, open that. They're starting to open up things. They're getting hard again.
Mhm.
And you know, once we as black people get in stuff, well, we in it to win it. We got 10 businesses in one. I got one over here, one over here, one over here. That basically you need the motivational mentality to give them to keep doing it. You know, because now they got all these internet jobs. This is, you know, my daughter work on the internet, my son work on the internet. I mean, there's ways to make money so much. You don't have to be out on the street waiting to sell a piece of crack or crystal meth. I mean, that game. I mean, the game never was good, but that game is so played out. If you want to lay in a cell because you want to make a few dollars that you can make doing legally, that's on you.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's too many legal ways now, and I am me for being one who went in and out of jail at one time trying to do that stuff. I am the one to tell you legalize yourself and do your stuff legitimate. You will be grateful down the line. You're gonna be safer. Your children gonna see what you're doing. Your children gonna want to be in their own thing. They want to be independent just like you. So it's all start. That's why I mean it starts in the family too, the household. The children got to see it. I wouldn't know nothing about none of this until Pops told me we own our own business. We had our own hay company. We did this. We grew watermelons. You know, he was just telling me how the family did it. Your grandpa used to grow pickles, and you know, I'm like, huh? You know, so I heard.
Yeah.
So when we did stuff as kids, we put shopping carts, we put our money together, get what we get together, go pump some gas. Everybody, my cousins and brothers, them from doing this stuff because my dad taught it to us.
Right.
So that's what made a lot of us independent. Now to this day, my cousin Enrique got his own tow truck company. My uncle Martez got his own metal company, and what else he got? Janitorial service. He got when people's house gets flooded or burned down, he got that one to clean up.
Yeah.
You know, and then he can open up a Jersey Mike's, Jersey Mike's submarine service or whatever you call that. My little brother, he do his own thing. And I got friends that own tow truck companies, Thomas Towing, you know, all different people that a lot of friends that took hold of it and relatives that I grew up with doing this. And they successful.
Right.
It's more successful than me.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a beautiful thing though. I'm not trying to take it away from everybody. We have, you know, even though we need more of it.
Yeah. Well, okay, so you heard it right here on, you know, Backrock Street Sparks TV. You got Jonathan Coleman in the house, and as you know, Miss, you're on Success TV. We'll be back next week on the same time, same station.
Peace and enlightenment.
All right. Let's see how that works.